It is so unbelievably important to have time to think and not always doing busy work. Today is the first day in probably 2 to 3 weeks that my calendar in the morning time has not been fully booked. In fact, I blocked off my calendar until about 2 p.m. because I've just been doing so much constant fucking work. I haven't been able to look from a backside to figure out like what is the most important thing to actually be working on, because I just have task after task after task after task. I've been trying to hire people around that, but everybody's pretty fucking busy in the business right now. And so I need to hire more people. I need to make more money. Obviously, if you're gonna hire a lot more people, you need to make more money. So I took a step back and said, what do I really need to focus on? What is the highest leverage thing that I can be doing, and how can I think of a more unique way to do it? What I'm currently doing is not really working. So let me give you what actually happened. A few ways to grow my income right now. One is going to be taking on more clients for the social media marketing company that I have, where we help the largest businesses online doing all of their organic media, then building out all the back-end funnels. And that is going exceptional. And then on top of that, I start a sponsorship company to find sponsors for all of my clients to fund the fee that I have. That's an additional revenue source. It can be very difficult to find sponsors for these people. That's just like when Joe Rogan says, hey, this is sponsored by AG1. I'm doing that in the finance and business space for different companies. And so I've been having a really hard time getting these sponsors. I've been pretty hands-off with that. I'm just trying to become more proactive. So what I did was, I obviously have access to one of my clients' LinkedIn, and I called him up and said, hey dude, I'm gonna try and find more sponsors for you. Can I just use your LinkedIn? He said, yeah, sure. So this morning, all I was doing was finding the LinkedIns of the people in the marketing departments of like credit card companies like American Express, Capital One, large businesses that would be great fits for what this guy, one of my clients, is doing. And then a variety of other companies. You know that you're gonna be talking to the right person. This guy that I was reaching out to already has 80,000 LinkedIn followers, which makes it substantially easier that you're actually gonna get a response, which can hopefully spark a call with me and them. The only reason why I even thought about that was because what we've been doing is cold email outreach. There's just been a long-term process of, first off, getting the emails of the right people in the right companies, sending them emails, and usually you don't get an email back. You usually get an email after you send multitude of follow-ups. But I'm just trying to fast track that. I was just able to think through a few other high impact things that could be done for how we can convert more viewers into customers. I was actually just doing something more unique. And this is just a super small example of taking a step back, which actually gives you more time to what can you do that actually drives the needle the most. The other thing that I did was, there was 4 potential clients that I have in the pipeline right now that have said that they want to work together, that I've had calls with over the past 2 weeks, but I haven't really talked to them since. We had a call, they all said that they were interested. I haven't heard back from them. We just haven't talked in a little bit. And so I just reached out to those 4 people and I just sent a follow-up. And then what I'll do is probably get on another call and potentially close them as actual clients. And this is the highest leverage stuff that I could be doing. Something that is actually going to be severely increasing the revenue of the business. Another thing that I got to do this morning, being more proactive, I'm really looking to hire a YouTube strategist for my clients. I spend probably 60% of my work on right now, planning out videos for my clients. I'm recording videos with them. I'm coming up with the ideas. I'm scripting out everything. And so that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. And I need to free up my time so I can focus on things like this, which get more clients, which increase more revenue for the business, which is going to just be more beneficial. Because I had a little bit of free time this morning, I actually got to do all of that. And obviously none of it, I have no tangible results from the results of what I did. I know that these are 3 things that if I can do, will have the biggest impact on what I'm doing. In terms of priority, if I had to prioritize those, number 1 would be, I really need to fill out sponsors. I literally could have life-changing income coming in right now with just filling up the sponsorship slots for my current clients. And now that we're starting to take on clients, I'll have more sponsorship relationships that I can fill out once we start to increase their views. So that would be 1. Number 2 would be hiring a YouTube strategist that can free up more of my time, because if I free up more of my time, I can think of more unique ways to get these sponsorship relationships, hopefully close some of those deals. And then the third one would be working on ways where I can increase conversions for our current views into customers for their businesses. But I already have people that are doing that. They are trying to make that their number 1 priority. And so I'm hiring people for them. I'll just give you the real story of what's happening. One guy that's really crushing it is Moses, and he wants to spend more time figuring out doing higher leverage tasks. One of those which would be building out the funnels and the tactics that will allow us to convert a higher percentage of the views that we're getting into customers. And we are doing some incredibly unique things. Very few people in the space are doing. And I know that because I know what most people in the space. I will tell most things on YouTube, but this is something that I don't want to give away. And when you have such a high short-term edge in something where nobody's copying what what you're doing, you can fucking make a ridiculous amount of money in a short amount of time, because no one has yet figured out what we are doing, nor will they be able to copy. It takes a lot of time to build out. I would prefer Moses to be spending his time working on that and figuring out better strategies and how we can innovate and be substantially better than everyone else. And that's what Moses would like to do as well, but he has a lot of busy work that needs to get done. We're in the process of hiring someone for Moses that will be able to free up more of his time, as well as for PJ. They will have more time to focus on higher leverage things that are going to make more money, which is what everyone wants. There's this constant battleground. So we're doing some really cool things. It's really fucking fun. I'm gonna get a quick salad and get back to work because I'm back on my freaking gym grind.